commitment that we have in life is good the whole time. No, you're going to get a dump. They're going to dump shit on you. Can you now stand in front of everybody with doo-doo on you and be like, yep, we finna try again. I'm finna do it again.
You know what? Let me wipe this shit off. I got another idea.
Oh, bro, like, I'm definitely finna take a bath, 100%. I'm gonna get it from in between my neck. Like, we gotta get this shit off us, but you gotta continue to.
Imagine this. Teyana Taylor, one of the biggest names in music, caught up in a secret affair so explosive, it might tear her entire family apart. But wait, there's a twist. The man she's been secretly seeing is none other than Aaron Pierre's brother. And Iman Shumpert? He's about to lose it. This is more than just a relationship scandal. It's about betrayal, revenge, and a jealous rage that's about to blow up in front of the world. Let's dive in. Teyana Taylor and Iman Shumpert's relationship was once the epitome of Hollywood perfection. They were the couple everyone looked up to, successful, powerful, and seemingly inseparable. Teyana, with her unique style and musical talent, and Iman, with his incredible basketball career, had it all. They seemed like the definition of couple goals. Their fans adored them, and their family appeared solid as a rock. The world watched as they brought their daughter into the world, and their love story seemed untouchable. But now everything has taken a dramatic turn. Enter Aaron Pierre. He's not just any rising star. Aaron Pierre is making waves in Hollywood, gaining recognition for his talent and charm. But his connection to Teyana goes deeper than the public might have realized. You see, Aaron is more than just a friend. He's family. His brother, who remains somewhat under the radar, has just found himself at the center of a scandal that has shocked everyone. Teyana, who was always seen as the devoted wife, has been secretly seeing Aaron's brother for months. Yes, you heard? That right. Teyana's been hiding an affair that could ruin everything. The revelation of this affair has left everyone in disbelief. Iman Shumpert, who has been dealing with his own battles, is blindsided by the shocking news. The man who was once seen as the rock of their relationship is now facing the ultimate betrayal. His wife, Teyana, has been seeing someone else behind his back, and not just anyone, but the brother of Aaron Pierre. The fallout has been nothing short of catastrophic. So how did this affair even start? Was it a moment of weakness, or something deeper, brewing under the surface for months? What we know for sure is that this was no ordinary fling. This was a betrayal so close to home that it could have a lasting impact on their entire lives. Aaron Pierre's brother, a relatively unknown figure, became the center of a whirlwind that no one saw coming. As the affair unfolded in secret, Teyana's world started to crumble. Iman, once a man known for his cool-headedness on and off the court, was left in shock and disbelief when he discovered the affair. At first, he couldn't bring himself to confront Teyana. But when rumors started leaking, Iman knew it was only a matter of time before the world would know. His response was explosive, publicly, privately, and emotionally. In interviews, he started to open up about the emotional betrayal he felt. How could she do this to him, to their family? His heartbreak was palpable, and as his pain leaked into social media, fans were quick to pick sides. The jealousy that had been bubbling up inside Iman finally erupted. His anger wasn't just directed at Teyana, but at Aaron Pierre's brother, too. How could someone so close to him, someone connected by blood, be part of such a betrayal? This wasn't just a relationship issue. This was a clash between families, one that could change everything. Fans, too, were divided. Some sympathized with Iman, rallying behind him as he navigated the shock of his life, while others began to criticize Teyana for what they perceived as a calculated affair. The media jumped at the opportunity to fuel the fire, and soon, the drama escalated into a public spectacle. As Iman's emotional breakdown became the focus of media and public attention, Teyana's response was equally intense. She didn't outright deny the allegations, nor did she remain silent. Instead, she attempted to explain her side, claiming that her infidelity wasn't just a spur-of-the-moment decision or a lapse in judgment. According to her, there were long-buried reasons behind her actions, reasons she had been carrying for years but had never spoken about until now. In a tearful and emotionally raw interview, Teyana opened up about the hidden cracks in her marriage. She talked about the constant pressure of living in the public eye, the isolation she often felt despite being surrounded by people, and the emotional distance that had grown between her and Iman. But no matter how heartfelt her words sounded, they did little to stop the backlash. Public opinion quickly turned into a storm of criticism. Many people doubted her sincerity, accusing her of only speaking out because the affair had come to light. Some suggested that her confession was more about damage control than genuine remorse. The court of public opinion was harsh and unforgiving. As the story unfolded, it became clear that this scandal was not going to fade away quietly. The affair had sparked a wildfire, and its flames were threatening to consume every part of their lives, personal, professional, and parental. With the relationship now on the brink of collapse, the emotional consequences quickly began to spill into other areas. This wasn't just about two people dealing with betrayal anymore. The fallout was affecting their family, careers, and even their future as parents. Speculation began to rise about what this meant for their children. Would the tension between them lead to a custody battle? Could they still work together as co-parents, or had the damage gone too far for reconciliation? Questions flew from all directions. Iman's supporters wondered if he would seek full custody to protect the kids from further emotional harm, while others feared that a legal war might only intensify the chaos and confusion. At the same time, the pressure on both parties was mounting, rapidly. Iman, already struggling emotionally, was reportedly barely keeping it together. Close friends and family members noted how the stress was affecting him, describing a man who had lost his center. The scandal didn't just hit his heart, it hit his reputation too. His name, once associated with success and stability, was now tangled in tabloid headlines and social media debates. The world watched closely. Would he be able to continue his basketball career under such scrutiny? Would he ever be able to forgive Teyana or even trust again? And as whispers began about restraining orders, court filings, and potential lawsuits, it became clear that Iman wasn't just dealing with heartbreak. He was facing a full-scale, personal and legal battle. On the other side of the controversy, Teyana was facing the fallout from her actions in a way that left her emotionally and professionally drained. The consequences of her choices weren't limited to just her private life. They had seeped into every corner of her identity. Once admired for her raw talent, her bold presence, and the realness that made fans feel connected to her, she now found herself cast in a very different light. Instead of being celebrated, she was being criticized, judged, and picked apart by the very people who had once cheered for her. Social media platforms were flooded with angry comments, disappointed reactions, and endless speculation about her motives. Her interviews, public appearances, and even her silences were treated as evidence that either confirmed her guilt or questioned her integrity. People didn't just want an explanation, they wanted accountability, and in some cases, revenge. For many, she was no longer just a musician, actress, or creator. She had become the face of betrayal in a scandal that had deeply affected more than just her and Iman. As the affair exploded into public view, her entire career seemed to unravel, in real time. Every time she tried to make a statement, the response felt colder, harsher. The very authenticity that had once been her strength now seemed to be used against her. Words she spoke were analyzed not for their meaning, but for any signs of spin, manipulation, or dishonesty. It was as if nothing she said could shift the narrative that had already been decided for her. The pressure she was under became suffocating. Behind closed doors, she was reportedly overwhelmed, torn between trying to repair her personal relationships and trying to salvage a public image that seemed beyond repair. For someone who had spent so much of her life building a reputation based on transparency and strength, this kind of fall from grace was especially devastating. But Teyana wasn't just fighting public opinion. She was also facing the possibility of losing her career, her fans, and even her identity. The weight of needing to appear strong while privately breaking down became a daily struggle. And yet, even as she attempted to explain her side, many weren't willing to listen. Meanwhile, Aaron Pierre, the man whose name had suddenly become inseparable from the affair, was experiencing his own version of the fallout. While not a public figure on the same scale as Teyana, his connection to the situation brought him into the spotlight in ways he likely never expected. His involvement didn't stay in the background. As soon as his name was revealed, the questions started pouring in. How could he allow himself to become entangled in such a painful situation? Did he understand the damage caused by the affair? Not just to the couple involved, but to their children, families, and fans? And most pressing of all, where did he stand now that everything was out in the open? The scandal had reshaped the dynamic between everyone involved. It wasn't just about a romantic betrayal anymore. It had become a ripple effect that altered friendships, family ties, and professional connections. The closeness that once existed between Aaron and Teyana's loved ones now seemed fragile, perhaps even irreparably damaged. The warmth, the shared moments, the unspoken bonds, all of it had been overshadowed by the choices made and the secrets revealed. And so, with every passing day, the future remained uncertain. No one could predict whether healing was possible or if the scars left behind would permanently define the relationships involved. The damage had been done, and for Teyana, Aaron, and everyone caught in the middle, the path forward was anything but clear. What was once a private matter between two people had erupted into a public crisis with layers of emotional pain, legal complications, and professional fallout. Every move they made from this point forward would be under a microscope. For Iman and Teyana, this wasn't just about love lost. It was about identity, legacy, and the ability to move forward after betrayal. And with the world watching, the stakes were higher than ever. So, what's next for Teyana, Iman, and Aaron Pierre's brother? Will this explosive scandal be the end of their public personas, or will they rise above it all? Can Teyana and Iman ever heal from this betrayal? Or is their relationship doomed for good? And what about Aaron Pierre's brother? How will he handle the fallout? It's a story that has just begun to unfold, and no one can predict what will happen next. What do you think about Teyana's secret affair? Do you believe Iman's reaction is justified? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more shocking celebrity drama.